why is it not the other way around? Like, I can have goodness and love, and I can pursue goodness and love, but why is it like following me? What does it mean that it's following me? It's just, I don't know, I guess I'm having a hard time grasping that concept of, like, does that mean that I'm leading goodness and love?
Do you think that God pursues you?
Yeah.
Do you think that you're leading him?
No. That's a good point.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, but I think it's like God pursues us in our life, and God is these things. So it's just kind of a picture of like he's seeking after us too. That's kind of how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What you guys think.
And it's like the concept of like him going before us, but I also feel like he's got our back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's good. Cool. So, Scripture isn't just to read, it's to be applied to our lives and to change us in really real and meaningful ways. And it's funny to think that verses about sheep and a shepherd could be important in our lives, but let's talk about some of the ways that it could be relevant to us. How do you guys feel about the idea that God is always reliable?
I mean, I think that it's true. And it's a comforting thought because we don't have to worry about, like, oh, is he going to follow through on that one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know he'll keep his promises.
How does that affect the way that you think about or trust in God?
I think you would think that it would make us be like, well, then we'll trust him with everything because he is reliable, so we should. And I think I would think that way, but like part of our like need for control is what pushes us to be like, yeah, but I can do this by myself.
So I think ideally we put our trust in we know that he is reliable, but realistically, with our logic, we can't comprehend how he can take care of our every need and how he can take care of our every want because we don't know what that, we don't have a tangible, like, what that looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like, I think people are sometimes like, well, I mean, my need is food, but I'm still going to have to be the one who has the job and makes the money and buys the food. Like, otherwise it's not going to come, you know, just practically it won't.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think it can be, like you said, a need for control. I also think for some of the women that I'll be talking to, it'll be a need for dependence on others because some of them have been in like codependent relationships where like all of their need and satisfaction and like dependence has just been on this other person to satisfy in every way. Yeah, so I think it could be back on us or it could be like placed on somebody else, which neither, we said like at the very beginning, neither of those are realistic. What do you guys think that we as like the sheep and as the guest can do to depend on the shepherd/host's care more?
We're finding when he's trying to uncast us. I almost wonder if that is like to find when we are cast, to find rest in him, or else it's just going to make it more difficult on us.
I think also like staying right beside him because I was like, okay, what can a sheep do? And if they stay right beside the shepherd, it'll be harder for them to get cast. And if they do for some reason, they'll be turned right side up quicker. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with just like TJ, you said like not fighting back. And I think that's what a lot of it is, just like surrendering and just like yielding and trusting kind of like a child. I feel like it ties in back a little bit with Sophie at the beginning, like, what can she do? You know, like she has no choice but to depend, to be taken care of. So just like stopping trying to fix things on our own and stop letting other people try to fix things for us. And another practical suggestion of what we can do is try to read more in the Bible about God's care for us in Psalms like this. And I'm going to pass out a list of Psalms and passages that talk about God as shepherd and that are just really comforting that I haven't created yet. If you guys want it, I can give it to you later. Because this is just one example. And David especially is just really honest and feels comfortable telling God what's on his mind. And I thought a neat way to end would be to have everybody write a prayer based on this psalm, like on an index card, and then we won't read them out loud or anything, but you guys can just keep them and hold on to them.
I'm gonna stop.